Hello, today's video is all about my budget and how I use the EveryDollar app, what my personal budget actually looks like. You can have a little sneak peek. And it's something I promised you a while ago when I talked about why I wish I'd started budgeting when I was a teenager or a very young adult, because it would have made my life so much easier by this point. But it's never too late. So if you haven't started budgeting yet yourself, or if you're just starting out, I really hope that this video will be a huge help for you and a huge inspiration, because trust me, budgeting is truly life-changing, and I would highly encourage everyone to make it a part of their life. So let's get started. So talking about our financial life, or our budget, our main goal at the moment is to pay off our remaining debts, and those are from our old life in England and from starting our businesses here in a different part of the world. And so now we are almost there. We have just half of them left, and the goal is to pay off all the debts by the time our baby is born in May, and we're on track. Well, we should definitely do it. And at the same time, we have a few rules when it comes to money as well. We never buy anything on loan unless it's a mortgage. But at the moment we don't have any mortgage at all, but in the future we would be totally open for a mortgage. That's the only kind of loan we would ever take. So we save up for everything that we need, from phones to computers to cars, anything like that. And we also don't buy replacements, let's say for our cameras, laptops or phones, or even clothes or even shoes, unless the previous ones completely got broken, were not functional anymore, were full of holes. Only then we would go out and buy a replacement. So we don't buy things just for pleasure, for fun, or just because the Joneses next door are buying them. We only buy them when we truly need them. So just to illustrate that point, just have a look at my laptop. I think it's around 4 years old now, and the screen looks lovely. It looks like this. As you can see, it's all covered in sellotape around the edges, and that's because the screen got broken quite a while ago, and the two sides of the screen were opening up, all the wires were coming out, and so my cats are trying to scratch them, and I really risked to get my computer completely damaged. So my husband just put some sellotape around it, and guess what? It looks ugly, but it works, and I don't see any reason to buy a new computer as long as this one is still functioning. I just don't care about the look. But at the same time, I'm already saving up money for my new one, and hopefully I can buy it in February. But it's just to show you that, sure, I could have bought a new computer a long time ago, but it still works. Why should I? So the app I use for budgeting is EveryDollar app, which I also talked about in my previous video about budgeting, and it's by Dave Ramsey, the home finance guru from the US. I'm so grateful to him for really turning around our financial life. And the app is only available for North Americans, I believe, but I managed still to get it because it was asking for an American postcode, I believe, or zip code, and I just entered my friend's zip code, or I guess you could use any hotel zip code, and it worked. I got access. My husband and I both work. We are both self-employed. Our earnings are very variable from one month to another, and we never know when exactly the money is going to come. So there's a lot of variability from one month to another, which makes budgeting even more important, but at the same time it makes budgeting harder. So one month we might have quite a big budget and we can pay off a lot of debt. Another month we can hardly get by, and paying off debt is out of the question. It really differs. So on my budget I have all the different categories, and I think all of them are the default ones on the app. So first of all, there is income, and this budget is for December, so it's our December income for both me and my husband. As you can see, this month we have almost 3,700 euros. So as I said, it's a very, very good month for us. And then we have the savings category. We have housing category, and then transportation, so basically all kinds of car expenses, food, lifestyle, insurance and tax, debt, and finally we have autonomous costs, and that basically means all of our self-employed costs. So now let's start from the top. The first category is savings, and that's all kinds of savings, like our emergency fund, which is at 1,500, and that always sits in the account. And that really helps. As I said, our money really doesn't come evenly, so sometimes we might have almost 2 months with no money coming in, and that emergency fund really helps us, tide us over, and then when the money arrives, we just transfer it back to the savings account. So it's really like a little bit of a liquidity buffer for us, which really helps. And also if there's any kind of emergency with the pets or anything that needs to be fixed in the house, it's there, and it really helps. It really makes a difference. Then we have a terrace floor fund. We basically had to do our terrace to finish it up, and it's pretty much already almost completed, but there's still one small thing to be done, and we already have 360 euros sitting in that fund, just waiting for the guy to come to finish it and to pay him that money. So the last one in that category is the laptop fund, and this month I'm paying in 300 euros for that, and I think I need around 800 euros for my new laptop, so hopefully by February I can have enough. And this month I'm putting in so much because there were maybe 3 months when I didn't put in anything at all because there were a bit of dry month, but this month all of the money arrived at the same time, so that's why I'm putting in money for 3 months or so. Generally I put around 100 euros a month. Next we have the housing category, so it's mostly all kinds of expenses related to keeping our house intact. So mortgage is 0 because we don't have any mortgage. We own our flat, which is really, really helpful. And then we have water. Generally, we put aside 13 euros every month for water, but this time we actually ended up using less water. So instead of 13 euros, I only had to pay 9, so that was great. Then we have electricity, which generally on average is around 50 euros a month, and we paid every 2 months, so around 100 euros every 2 months. Then we have 22 euros for mobile phone, which is actually a lot, but it's only because Luca is in Italy on a trip and we needed to buy this extra bundle for him to be able to have internet in Italy. But generally we spend 17 euros for both of our phones. I know it's very little, but honestly, today with WhatsApp and Telegram and Skype, who needs to spend lots of money on phones? Next we have internet, which is 40 euros every single month. And then we have trash. We pay trash removal every 6 months, which is 36 euros. So on average, I put inside 6 euros every single month, so that when the time comes to pay it, I already have enough. Next, home repairs. At the moment, I'm putting away nothing because there's nothing that needs to be repaired right now or in the near future, and frankly, there are more important things to save up for now. And then replace furniture. I put away 50 euros this month for that. We're saving up money for a new chest of drawers for our bedroom because the one we're using now is secondhand, is completely destroyed, is super ugly, pretty much not functioning, and that's why we really need a new one before the baby comes. So I think we need to save up around 189 euro for that. So in the next 2 or 3 months we will be able to buy it, which is great, just in time. So the next category is transportation, all the car expenses. We have diesel, which is the fuel that our car uses, and we generally have a budget of 60 euros every month, or 58, because at the moment we have a special discount going on. So every time we get 30 euro, we actually only pay 29, which is brilliant. And then we have car replacement, which we're not saving any money for at all because we are planning to use our car for a long time. Our car is from 2003, so it's 15 years old, but honestly, I can totally see us using it for maybe another 5 years at least, so not the time to start saving up money for replacement just yet. The next category is the car maintenance, and on average, we save up around 60 euro every month for that, and it seems to be enough. And then we have parking, only 5 euros for that. Sometimes we actually don't use anything for parking at all because it's free on the island. It's only the underground closed private parking that you have to pay for, and sometimes it's unavoidable, but sometimes we pay nothing at all, so 5 euro generally works. The next category is food. Our first, groceries. We always eat at home, almost always, apart from maybe 2 or 3 times a month when we go out. And we generally spend around 400 euros on our groceries, which, I don't know, tell me, do you think it's a lot? Do you think it's little? I think it's quite normal because bear in mind that we buy mostly organic, mostly local, really the best products that we can buy. And honestly, I could save on many things, but I would never save on my food. So it's important for me. It's a priority, really. Next category is, not category, next item on the food category is restaurants. We generally budget around 60 euro for going out to eat every single month. And that usually makes around 3 nice meals every month. Yeah, it's pretty cheap here. We generally spend 20-25 euro for going out for the 2 of us. So that's great, actually. The next category is lifestyle. So all kinds of random things that wouldn't go anywhere else. So the first one is pet care, which is the most important thing. Our furry kids are everything for us. And at the moment, I'm putting away 120 euro every single month. They don't actually cost us that much. I reckon they probably cost us maybe 90 euro a month, but whatever remains goes to a sort of emergency fund for the animals. So if either of them get sick, any of them get sick, we have enough money put aside already for treating them. Then we have clothing, shoes, jewelry, anything like that. And generally we put away maybe 60 euro every single month. But this month or next month, I have to buy a winter jacket for myself because we're going to Lithuania and I have nothing to wear when we're there. And also I need to buy new boots because I wore mine for 3 or 4 seasons and they were completely destroyed. I had to throw them away, so it's time to buy a new pair. We just bought a new winter jacket for my husband. That's why the fund that we have from before was basically completely emptied. So that's why this month I'm putting away a little bit more, 100 euros. Now we have personal subscriptions and business subscriptions. So for personal subscriptions, I have things like, let's see, because I don't remember anymore, like Babbel, which is a great website for learning languages. I use it for learning Spanish. Workout Trainer, which is my favorite workout app on the phone. Netflix, which we love for relaxing in the evenings or while eating our meals. And all of those come up to 24 euros a month. Then we have business subscriptions. So the hosting of my website, web security for my website, PicMonkey, which is the website I use for editing my photos, thumbnails, things like that. And that also comes up to 24 euros a month. Then we have skincare, haircare, makeup. Generally, I put away 15 euros a month, but there was a huge, really good offer for Avida haircare, which I use, and I bought some items in bulk for the future just to save money. So that's why I pretty much finished all the budget and actually used a bit more than that. That's why it's at -7, but by next month it will all be paid off and all of those products will tie me over for the next 6 months, so it was worth it. Then we have books. I generally spend 10, well this month is 11 euros a month for books, so generally I get 1 or 2 new ebooks every single month or more. There's a special price, special discount. Then we have, oh, and this month, by the way, I got an amazing book and it's called Guide to Childbirth by the legendary American midwife called Ina May. Amazing. The best book about giving birth I've ever read. And now I feel so confident about it. So the next item is blood tests, supplements, treatments like osteopathy or acupuncture, anything like that. And this month I haven't got anything budgeted at all. I just spent 3 euro on an iHerb order, just paid for shipping, and that's it. Next we have vacation. Generally we put aside around 200 euros every single month for vacation because we live far away from both of our families. So a couple times a year Luca goes to Italy, then we go to Lithuania, so we always need money for that, to see our families, because while our parents are still alive we want to spend as much time with them as possible. So that's why we are putting away 200 euros every month. And this month I'm actually putting away more, 300, because I just bought the tickets to Lithuania and I booked the hotel, and that's why there's a bit more on the budget. but next month I will put away a little bit less. Now, household and miscellaneous, so all kinds of weird things that don't really fit in anywhere else. So it's things like shipping Christmas presents to my mom and sister, Luca's phone case, and you know, all kinds of things like that. And also toilet paper, kitchen towels, cleaning products, anything to do with home is also in that place. And this month we are budgeting 88 euros for that. Then we have office and business expenses, so any kind of stationery or anything like that. And this month we've got 0 budgeted for that. Next category is insurance and tax. So we have car insurance, and a 16 euro a month. I think in total is around 200 euros a year, and we paid once a year, but I budget for that in advance every single month. Car tax, we paid yearly, but I have already collected enough for it, so that's why this month I'm putting away 0. Council tax, we paid yearly as well, and I think it's around 270 euro. And again, I'm putting away money for it every single month until we have enough. Paying all of these taxes, all of these utilities, everything is really stress-free for us because everything is budgeted for, everything is saved up for in advance, and really it's such a good feeling to just pay them and forget them. Next category is debt, and those are the 2 credit cards from England that we're still paying. And this month is amazing because we're going to pay off almost 1,100 euros of our debt, which is going to reduce it by almost 30%, which is awesome. The end is so close and I can't wait to be free from debts. And then the last category is all the self-employment costs, which I'm not really going to show you in detail, you know, for privacy reasons, but it all adds up to around almost 800 euros. So things like accounting costs, our social security tax, our income tax, and also any kind of bank fees, because when I get checks from America I need to cash them in, and that costs 18 euros every month, which is a pain, but it's unavoidable, unfortunately. So that is it really. This is all of our budget. I hope that you found it interesting to watch. I personally could watch people's budgets all day long. I love this topic so much. Tell me, have you tried budgeting yourself? What do you use for budgeting if you do? And I really hope that this video is going to inspire you to try it out for yourself and take charge of your financial future, because it's important and it makes life so much easier and better. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video, and bye.